Hi guys and welcome to Learn with Nia. Today we're talking about something that lots of new YouTubers overlook but is so important, your audio. So even if your video looks amazing, if your sound is echoey, muddy, muffled or full of background noise, people will just click away. But the good news is you don't need expensive equipment to make your sound better. So tip number 1. If you're filming on your phone and your phone audio isn't very good, then use a simple USB microphone. So first up, a basic microphone can make a huge difference to your audio, and it really doesn't need to cost a lot. You can get a decent clip-on Lavalier microphone or a plug-in USB microphone for about £10 to £30. And even these cheap microphones can instantly improve the clarity of your voice on your video. So if you're filming on your phone, a mic that plugs into your USB socket or even your headphone jack is something you should be looking for. And I'll put some links in the description below for some microphones that you might find suitable. If you're already using a mic, that's great. If you're using a little lavalier microphone that goes on your clothes, make sure it's not rubbing on your clothes at all. Make sure you're not jingling some coins in your pocket while you're recording, because these mics do pick up every little sound. So many moons ago, I used to work as a recording engineer, and I used to travel the length and breadth of the UK recording choirs and brass bands and orchestras. Okay, it's surprising, even though sometimes to record a choir, I'd only have 2 mics in the middle of the room and the choir would be at the other end, and we'd just record them on stereo mics. If one of the choristers had their hand in their pocket, jingling their coins in their pocket. Now, I know some of you were wondering what I was going to say there, okay? Jingling coins in a pocket. Then the microphones would pick all of those sounds up and it would spoil the entire recording. So please try and keep everything around you quiet. So even if you're moving your mouse on your desk, I mean, if I really shove my mouse, click my mouse there, you might be able to hear that, okay? So even little things like that are really important. So try and make sure that everything's as quiet as possible, because these mics will pick up everything. Tip number 2. Improve the space around you. Okay, so your recording space makes a big difference to how you sound on your videos. So if you're in a room with bare walls and hard floors, your voice can bounce around the room and your recording will sound really echoey. But there are some super easy fixes to this, okay? So you can add soft furnishings. So try and record near a sofa or closed curtains or a rug, because all of these things will absorb the sound. So if you can, you should try and film in a smaller room. So like a bedroom or a home office or something that will have lots of materials that will absorb the sound, okay? Rather than something like a kitchen or an open hallway that is likely to be bare walls and just hard, solid surfaces, okay? So by filming in a small room with soft furnishings, you have a lot less reverb and echo on your recordings. So if you're really stuck, even hanging a blanket nearby can be helpful, okay? Try and add some cushions or something that will just soften the sound in the room that you're recording in, and that will help. So what I do when I record in my home office, I close the curtains every time. I lay a blanket on the top of my desk that is not a hard surface, and I've got some cushions and things placed around just to absorb those extra little reverbs. Little things like that can really help your sound. So last but not least, tip number 3. Reduce background noise. So finally, background noise. We've all been there, dogs barking in the background, traffic outside, the boiler kicking in mid-sentence, your washer deciding to spin just when you're on your final sentence of your recording. So here's a few tips on reducing background noise. So the first one is obvious. Record during quiet times of the day. So this may be early mornings when your kids are at school, or late at night when they're in bed. And then make sure you close windows and doors so you don't get as much exterior noise coming into the room that you're recording. So if you are stuck and you have got some background noise on your videos, what can you do? Well, you can use tools like CapCut and Audacity to remove some of the background noise. Now, depending on the intensity of the background noise, now CapCut can do a pretty good job while you're editing your video, or if you'd rather process your audio separately, then you could put it into Audacity, and Audacity does have a pretty good background noise reducer tool, okay? So it's not the end of the world, but it'll save you time if you can have a quiet environment when you're trying to record your videos. And you know what? If all else fails, record in short sections. Just record a few sentences and then pause. Let the noise happen. And then once things quieten down again, record another sentence and keep doing this. Because at the end of the day, you can edit it all together in your editing software anyway. So it's not the end of the world, okay? But it does make it much easier if you can have a quiet recording space, plenty of soft furnishings to create that gentle, balanced vocal environment. So there you have it, 3 simple ways to improve your audio without breaking the bank. So use a basic mic if you can, soften your recording space and reduce background noise where you can. And remember, your audio doesn't need to be fancy, it just needs to be clear and easy to listen to. And that's something we can all achieve with just a few small tweaks. So let me know in the comments below what you're using for your audio. I'd love to hear about your setup. And if you can offer some more suggestions, I'd love to hear them. And remember, if you found this video helpful, remember to like, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a video, especially if you're over 40 and just starting a YouTube channel. Remember, you've got this, and I'll see you in the next one.